So Merrick Porchéddu, welcome to the Dallas Business Podcast.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you for having me. It's exciting.
You run an amazing organization called Artist Uprising. And I'm sure, I want to know if there's any connection to what you do now, to your history, to your origins. And so take us back. Who was 15-year-old Merrick? How did we get here? And then we'll go forward.
What a great question. I love that. I don't think anybody's ever asked me that question. Well, it's interesting because back when I was growing up, just high school, all the things, I loved music. I loved dance. I probably even loved dance more than I loved music, but in all of that, I've got some family that's in the entertainment industry. And then I had a manager as well when I'm, just your quote unquote manager or whatever in high school. And, I loved his job so much. And I brought him talent that was coming out of, just people that I knew. And I was like, hey, you should check this person out, or they're a really good actor. They're really good. I think they'd be great at modeling, And it's funny because my quote unquote manager back in the day, I brought him Chase Crawford. And I don't even know the story of if Chase made it because of this manager or not. I actually don't know. He probably wanted to get signed to somewhere else. But it is just funny because I knew Chase, we went to high school together, and and it's just one of those things where I loved Ty's job, my managers, and I thought that would be so much fun to do that. And I ended up going to the University of North Texas my first year as a jazz vocal major. Yeah, exactly. And I was there as a jazz vocal major, and I'm not a strong vocalist by any means. I just love jazz music, and I could sing a little bit, and I couldn't even read sight, I don't even know how I even got in there, to be quite honest. But I was one of 15 jazz vocalists my freshman year. And I had a professor, Paris Rutherford, I will never forget. He taught Nora Jones, just, he comes with some clout. And anyway, he would ask the question all the time about kind of the music business side to the jazz industry. And we talked a lot about Diana Krall, which at the time she was busting. I mean, her and Nora Jones were just becoming like the faces of jazz because they commercialized it. They knew how to market it. And in jazz, if you know anything kind of, about that, it's meant to be kind of mysterious, and it's meant to be starving artistry, and it's meant to be, all of these things, but they were very successful at it. And in my class, there was a lot of hate over it. It was like, people just were like, well, that's not true jazz, and, this, not whatever. And I was the only one that was like, you know what, like they're taking a genre of music that I am passionate about it. I mean, it has so much history of what it has done for music in general, and rock and roll and blues and soul. I mean, all of that comes from, jazz. And I just sat there and I thought, I have got to find the avenue from the business side to see new sounds and old sounds commercialized in a way that can bring it to the masses, because people, it's all, anyway. And Paris Rutherford was he brought me in we had a final where I had to sing some stuff, and he was like, listen, he goes, I'm not saying you're a bad singer. What I'm saying is there's no money in this, and you're not that great if there was money in it. And he said, he goes, and listen, he goes, but you have a real heart. You've got your ear to the ground. He said, you have a real knack for knowing how to continue this. And so he recommended me to actually leave North Texas jazz program and go to Belmont University. He wrote my recommendation letter. I got in, no problem. And absolutely loved my experience at Belmont in learning just entertainment management and artist management. And so really that's kind of the core of kind of where it all spurred from. And, even in college, the management class, they would say, don't ever manage artists. Like they're too loose and you're gonna flip through your fingers and you'll be out, you know, and everybody starves. And I got on this thing and I was like, I just don't agree. I think that that you don't have to be a starving artist.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I kind of made that the life mission, and that's the mission of Artist Uprising, is to abolish the term starving artistry and to get creators of any kind paid for what they do, and to really look for who's really good at what they're doing, and let's bring them to the market, you know.